you are all here, so you know about Uncharted. You know, the first one, Nate, Elena, Sully, after El Dorado, gonna find some gold. Not gonna kiss the end, gonna tease us with that one because they're a bunch of jerks. But now we're here. Obviously, October 13th is right around the corner. Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. Give it up! I'm assuming most of you have already played on the floor, played the beta. You already know it's awesome. It's probably gonna kick the crap out of everything else this holiday season. But we're here to talk about it. And for me personally, the one thing that draws me into this franchise, you know, it looks great. It's got a great soundtrack all the time. It's really engaging in the gameplay, but what gets me and hooks me is the story and the characters and the way they emote. And that's strictly what we're here to talk about today. So without further ado, let's get the people out here who make the game and not just me who bitches about everything in it.
Nolan and I think, decided in the first week that we were twins separated at birth. So talk about a soft place to land. I've lucked out with all my leading men in my career, and Nolan is no exception. He's been an incredible source of entertainment, but he's an amazing... people know how fun he is to work with, but the other thing that's worth mentioning is that he's, and I'm sure it comes through in the game, and you guys probably worked it out for yourselves, but he's incredibly gifted, and I'm a very lucky girl to be working with him.
This is my twin separated at birth, which means I have to say, she's incredibly gifted as well.
Yeah.
No, you know what, thank you for that. But to be able to work with this cast and a few of the other people who weren't here today, Richard McGonigal, who's Sully, and Graham McTavish, who is in the latest game as a character. I don't know if I could even say. Yeah, I plays Lazarevich. He's great.
Renee Aubergenois.
Renee Aubergenois, who's done a couple things here and there. No, it was, as this game progressed, like I said, it stopped being the feeling of just another game, and I think that's what the experience for all the players get to be. I mean, to get to work with Claudia and Elena and Robin, everybody, it's been a real joy.
Ooh! You're in trouble, Nolan?
No, I'm not. She doesn't know where I live. And I have dogs, and she finds out. It's okay.
Back to the actors, I mean, from your standpoint, you know, you guys leave these characters as sticks on a screen pretty much, and then, you know, the final game comes out, and it's rendered, and it's perfect, and it's got this, and there's a sweeping score. I mean, Emily, what's your reaction to that when you first saw the first Uncharted, let alone this one?
I had to go out and get a PlayStation. It's just amazing, and I kind of feel silly because I try to tell people about it outside the gaming world, and they'll be like, so what are you up to? What kind of shows are you working on or whatever? And I'm like, well, I'm working on this video game. And people are like, oh, what, how is that?
What went wrong?
How's your career going? Really? Is that all that you... And I'm just like, no, it's really cool. I'll send you the trailer. And they're like, sure, go ahead and do that. Yeah, what happened? But I think my immediate reaction, honestly, as I was telling, actually Nolan, you and I were sitting in the booth the other day, and I said this to you. We were looking at the screen, and I was like, I feel so lucky to be a part of this. Like, it's gotten to be so big and so amazing, and it's so well done that I'm not just doing like a video game. This is an incredible story, and this character has gotten to grow since the first one, and just continues to grow, and we get to do more and more every single time, and it just looks better and better. And I have to play the whole thing on easy, but at least I get to play it. And I keep forgetting whenever I play it again. I'm like, I forgot about that scene. That's awesome. It's one of those games where the whole family sits around and watches the person playing the game because it's so entertaining, and that's just awesome to be a part of.
Do you guys get noticed or recognized? Like, Nolan, are you ordering a cheeseburger and somebody's like, you sound really wicked familiar?
Well, not when I'm ordering a cheeseburger, but
what if you were like falling off a cliff ordering a cheeseburger?
a lot of times I run through my neighborhood just doing barrel rolls. Just do things like that. I will kick you to sleep. Things like that.
I think that's what's great about working as a voiceover artist too, as well as on camera, is that you're not typecast, and you can play anything from a giant orc to
which you and I have both done, right?
Yeah, we have
both done giant orcs. I can say there was one time at a GameStop, I was in there buying something for my son, and the guy behind the counter just kind of kept looking at me, and just said, "Is this a good one for kids?" He kept, yeah, it's okay. And I thought, this is really awkward. What's wrong with this guy? I'm not kidding. I thought he was stoned. Which isn't unheard of in a GameStop. Let's face it. So, finally, I just pulled out my credit card and gave it, and he snatches it out of my hand. He goes, I knew it! He throws it at me. He threw my card at me. I'm like, what? He's like, you're Nathan Drake, you Nathan. And he literally went over and took like 6 copies off the thing. He said, you gotta sign these. I'm like, what? He said, just sign these. I'll buy them later. It's from my cousin and my brother. I'm just signing them. And he's like, and as I'm signing, he's getting his phone. He's taking pictures.
I had a reverse effect at a GameStop. I went there during Christmas and they had the Uncharted, manual. And I went up to the counter and I was like, I did that game. And the guy was like, oh, that's cool. I opened it up and I was like, no, really, that's it. And he looked and he's like, yeah, sure, right. Merry Christmas. And I was like,
Do they have one of those manuals? Because
I do.
oh God, I'm so bad at playing me. It's like you'd think you know where the story's going, and you're like, I can't make that jump. And I usually by 3:30 in the morning I'm tired of killing myself. And my wife walked in one time, she goes, wow, his expressions, he runs and jumps like, oh. I'm like, yeah. Well, at least you know what you sound like if you die.
Yeah, actually, the first game I would make you die repetitively, just jumping off into the chasm just to see.
I wish you were the first person to tell me that.
We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about a little Uncharted movie we've been hearing about.
Yeah, I don't know how much we can say other than the fact that it is underway with Columbia Pictures and the Arad Productions, the guys that did Iron Man. They've done all the Marvel movies up to now, so it's a great bunch of guys to be teamed with. I mean, these are guys that take these movies seriously. They're not just out to kind of throw something out there. And